So I'm scrolling my TikTok and Maggie Perkins pops up. Now we've seen Maggie before, but in a different capacity. She was talking about how she left the teacher's profession and started working at Costco and that whole experience, that direction. This was a completely different video. In this video, she is talking about needing a medication, the medication being sent over by her doctor. It was a pain medication, and having a pharmacy tech grill her on getting this medicine. She is sitting up here in this video wondering if pharmacy techs have the right to grill her loudly and if she has the right to expect some privacy when dealing with her medical situation. And she admits that she understands, that she knows that the opioid epidemic is a thing. She says, and I know that pain medicine is obviously abused by a lot of people, but she's wondering, does that mean that she doesn't get the right to privacy?
I was in line at the pharmacy to get pain medicine that I've been prescribed for a chronic illness, and the pharmacy tech asked me, why do you need this medicine? And I told her, and then she said, why do you need this medicine? And I told her again, and then finally we ended up having me say out loud to an entire group of people, I have endometriosis. Like, she had questioned me to the point where I had to declare my diagnosis to a room of people who are next to me and can hear me. And I just feel like, is that patient privacy? Like, does a pharmacy tech get to look at a patient and say, what is your diagnosis? And I know that pain medicine is obviously abused by a lot of people, but tell me why when she fills it and like I pay for it and everything, and then you go to the consult window, and at this point, the pharmacist, I'm talking to the actual pharmacist at this point, and he says, he's just holding the medicine, he says, do you have any questions? We're talking about a pain medicine and a controlled substance, and you're just saying, do you have any questions? But this person over here grilled me about my diagnosis quite loudly in front of a group of people. Is going to the pharmacy forfeiting like your privacy rights? I really truly don't understand. Like, is being in line and is requesting your medication basically waiving your right to having a private discussion? And does a pharmacy tech need to have a private nature discussion with me about my diagnosis? Because my understanding was that you can discuss your private medical information with somebody like a pharmacist, a doctor, people who are on your medical care team. I don't personally feel that it's professional or appropriate for somebody who is not the doctor or the pharmacist to be asking me and questioning the validity of my medication. I really truly don't know. I really truly am listening to find out. So if you work in the pharmacy world, I need to know if this is a normal practice.
Some of the comments. I hope you said something to the pharmacist and the manager. She says she did. This person, Adalia, says, you shouldn't be taking that for endo. No excuse for it. And then Maggie says, oh, are you my doctor? Do you even know what I'm taking? The fact that regular people who don't know anything about you or your medical history would say, no, you're not supposed to do that, is audacious. And I do not know where they get this audacity. Like, why would you say that to somebody? What if somebody is like, you know what, you're right. Why are people prescribing anything? I have no idea. Lots of people said, I hope you said something about that to the pharmacist because it was appropriate. She says, honestly, I was stunned and in pain and just desperately needed to leave. And then Michelle asked, did you make a complaint? She said, I did. I spoke to the pharmacist, manager, and regional manager. The resolution was appropriate. So there has been some resolution. She did not go into detail. I did search for a video to see if she went into detail. Now I want to talk about this exchange. This person, Nicolette, said, also, guys, before you slam an entire profession, most pharmacists are very caring people who want their patients to feel comfortable and have close relationships with their patients. Maggie says, in the video, I stated that I view the pharmacist as part of my medical care team. I'm not slamming. I was asking for clarification. Nicolette says, I'm not talking to you. I'm referring to your commenters with some of these irrelevant, insulting comments to pharmacists. Your point was very clear and valid. But the thing is, she's talking about the pharmacy tech, not the pharmacist. So the fact that Nicolette needs to say not all in regards to pharmacists makes it very much like why are you even inserting that? The pharmacy tech was the person that was acting inappropriate. The next exchange I want to talk about is from Scotty's girl. This person says, maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe someone they love died from or is addicted and has ruined their life over this medication. Either way, no. Now, Maggie says, it's concerning when people are looking for reasons to justify this action. And then Scotty's girl says, I completely agree with you, and made a couple of comments. This one was playing devil's advocate, like relate to what someone else may be dealing with. We don't know what that person is dealing with. That was irrelevant to doing their job, and their job being completely separate from whatever hypothetical you can put into the situation. I love Maggie's response to that whole devil's advocate part. She says, devil's advocate is just a way to wear a mask and say mean things and act like you didn't mean them. And Scotty's girl is like, what? What did I say that was mean? Taking the position of devil's advocate is never necessary, and it promotes the aggressor rather than supports the person in need of help. Playing devil's advocate is absolutely inappropriate. Nothing that this person did was appropriate, and creating a hypothetical situation that we know nothing of is just part of a fiction, it's just fiction writing. It's not even necessary. This person says, farm tech here. A lot of big pharmacies are making it protocol to get a diagnosis on C2 meds in order to fill now due to all the opioid lawsuits they have. Maggie said, as I said in the video, I fully recognize the need to be cautious for pain meds. I've since learned from the pharmacist that it was not appropriate for this tech to ask those questions in that way. The person says the best thing is to have your doctor added to the notes section of the e-script so nothing has to be said aloud. She says, I'm sorry on behalf of that tech though. You do not have to apologize for somebody else's behaviors. Somebody else's behaviors is not yours to take on. So just realize that. I don't know why, she felt the need to apologize for somebody else's bad behaviors. We do not have to do that. But one thing I am tired of is women having to justify their pain. If you are in pain, you should be able to talk to your doctor, and all of these middlemen that need to insert themselves and then just make sure is another way that women's pain is taken for granted, how women are put into a childlike position, like we don't know enough about ourselves to be able to advocate for ourselves and do the right thing for ourselves. That's what this type of thing does, and this is the reason why I get so enraged at this type of thing. You guys go ahead and weigh in on your thoughts on this. Don't forget to like, comment, share.